Murida da molie, madule. Obodudo na chapuida da moli. Almajuse, obodudo.
Hello, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. This is Biafra Television. My names are Ike Wajiako, and we are coming to you from Biafra land. Today we are to embark on a wonderful program titled Biafra Students. Biafra Students under the edition of Education in the Zoo. When we talk about the zoo, we are talking about Nigeria. And in this particular topic, discussing about education in the zoo, education standard, we have some students here with me in the studio that will help us elaborate on this very particular topic. And from my left-hand side, or no, rather, from my right-hand side, we have Mr.
Odirachukwuma Okonmelu.
Mazi Odirachukwuma. You're welcome. Greet the viewers.
Welcome, my viewers.
Okay. Mazi Odirachukwuma, you are welcome to the studio. From my left, near left, we have
Mwada Chinechukwu.
Mwada Chinechukwu. Mwada Chinechukwu, what do you have to say to the world?
What I have to say is this. Good day, viewers. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you. And from my far left, we have
Uhochachi Mazumba.
Uhochachi Mazumba. What do you have to say to the world, Chimazu?
Viewers, you are welcome.
All right. You are all welcome to the studio, and thank you for honoring this invitation to enlighten the world and tell the world the level of education in Nigeria today. And first of all, we want to know what is the level of education in Nigeria, the standard of education. And for us to know that, I think my brother Odirachukwuma will help us to tell us the level of education in the zoo republic called Nigeria. Mazi Odirachukwuma, what do you have to say about that?
Thank you, my moderator. First of all, I will tell you that educational sector in Nigeria, it is a total mess. They have failed it all. They have done, in fact, in terms of grading, they did not get even 1%.
Wow.
They failed it totally. In terms of infrastructure, they failed it. They don't have nothing like infrastructure development. In terms of strike, they get that one first. They are very good in going for strike because government, they love that very well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You said the standard of education is in a total mess. I grabbed that very word, total mess. You said something about lack of infrastructural materials, yes, and then incessant strike or what?
Strike, yes.
Okay. Mwada Chinechukwu, what do you have to say in regards to the question, the standard of education in Nigeria?
The standard of education in Nigeria is a total failure.
Wow.
The education system is in a very big confusion because everything is useless. The education system is useless. Even the government, they don't have good policies that will take the standard of education in a higher level. The government, the education administrators, the management, boards governing the education system have failed woefully in terms of outdated teaching materials, lack of professional skills,
Wonderful.
Teaching skills,
Okay.
and inconducive learning environment. All this, the government of Nigeria is not taking good care of it at all, and it has made the education system a total failure. Thank you.
All right, Mwada Chinechukwu she's emphasizing on outdated teaching materials, and she's also said about inconducive learning environment.
Yes,
this is one of the things the students in Nigeria, even in Biafra land, they are experiencing, and it is affecting the educational standard in the zoo. We also have our brother Chimazu. Chimazu, what do you have to say about educational standard in the zoo?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Thank you, viewers. The education system in Nigeria today is nothing to write home about. In the sense that when you come to Nigeria, we don't have laboratory equipment. Even if you have, it's outdated. So it can never be used to compare to the digital world we are into today. Secondly, we still lack training facilities. there are no training facilities in the education system of Nigeria. So from that angle, Nigeria has fared woefully, and they are backward in the world. Thank you.
You said it well. Because I'm also in Biafra land, and I know what is happening in the zoo. In fact, that's one of the things that that boosted this very program to come on air. And my brother Odira said the educational standard is in a total mess, a total failure. Okay, Mwada said, Mwada Chukune said that the educational standard is in a total confusion and failure. And then my brother said it is nothing to write home about. Wow, all these things, they are just moving on towards the same angle, showing that the Nigerian education is totally poor. It is not good. But we want to know, why are all these things happening in Nigeria? Why is all these things happening? And coming to our brother Mazi Odira, who said that educational standards is a total mess. He mentioned lack of infrastructural materials, and he also said incessant strikes in the zoo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why are those things happening? Do you know why we are experiencing such things in the zoo, especially in Biafra land? Do you agree with me that it is most of
Yes.
in Biafra
Yes,
land?
yes.
Because if you move down to the northern parts of the zoo or in the western parts,
They are enjoying all
they
these
are
things.
enjoying all
They are
these
enjoying all
things.
these things.
Yes.
There is marginalization everywhere, even in the education sector.
Okay.
You see whereby a student, after writing JAMB, you will have a score of 200 and something from the eastern side, while in the north they will have the point of 63. The person will be offered education in the federal school, whereby you in the east that got up to 260 something will be struggling to get admission. So the education system in Nigeria is very, very poor. And
Marginalization.
yes, there is marginalization in the eastern part of this.
Okay. My question is still going to my brother Odira. The reason why we are experiencing lack of infrastructural materials and again incessant strike
Yes.
in the government.
First of all, I will tell you that government, they are sensational in terms of this infrastructure.
Okay.
If you come to northern state, for instance, all these things, they are enjoying it. But in this eastern, in Biafra land, we are not enjoying all of this. Though some of them, they will issue it, the government, but some of our political fathers, they will use it for politics. They use it for politics. They will grab the money. They will use it to say, oh, we are doing this, we are doing that. Tomorrow they will shift the money to their own private account. So we are totally experiencing backwardness in terms of infrastructure development. And you know, when you have eaten your this thing, your cake, you can't have it back.
Exactly.
Since they have eaten the money, which one will you pay? The lecturers, the teachers? So that is what caused the incessant strikes.
Okay. So because it's not that at times the money will be issued out by the federal government, but the people that is in position to receive the money and then
Yes.
do the work the money is meant for. Buying equipment, paying the teachers and the lecturers.
They will use it for political this thing, ambition.
Okay, and at the end of the day, there will be no money again to run the educational sector. And
Yes.
then at the end of it, we will be experiencing all this mess that is happening. Okay, thank you very much, Mazi Odira. My brother, Nwanna Inwoke Chimazu, you said inadequate laboratory equipment and you also mentioned poor learning facilities. Do you know the reason why we are experiencing those things in the zoo, especially in Biafra land the most? You know why?
Thank you, moderator.
Thank you.
We have a laboratory, but in these laboratories today, you cannot see any equipment in them.
Okay, laboratories exist, but no
There exists
equipment in
no
them.
equipment in them. You only see empty blocks.
Wow.
So when you go there, what you do is assume practicals. You just assume them. Even the ones that are meant to be carried out, you won't do them because there is no equipment to do them. So in that angle, the equipment is not being supplied. It's not there. The government is not issuing because it is the work of the government to make sure that all these things are in place. Because when you go to all these federal schools, it is the work of the federal government to put all these things in place. but it's no longer there. You are not seeing anything. You go to school as an engineer, you come out, you go and meet a layman to still teach you more, because you just go there and study combination of alphabets, which is not the reason why you are sent to school. You are sent to school to go and learn all way around, so that when you come out to the society, you become a better person.
Be balanced in every angle.
But today, we don't see all those things. You go to school, spend 5 years, but you can't achieve anything. Just have ordinary paper, which paper cannot do anything to the society, because one cannot offer what it doesn't have. That is what we're facing today.
Okay. Wow, it's a pity. It's a pity. This the reason for this very inadequate laboratory equipment. It's a sad news, because a lab without equipment in it, I don't know. Can we call that a mortuary or what?
Just empty room.
Empty room
Just
filled
a
with
hall,
blocks.
just a hall.
And I don't know what they're expecting the students to be when they finish their education. Their certificates, how can they defend it if they are to move outside Nigeria or the Biafra land to another country with that very certificate? It will be unable to be defended.
Yeah, of course.
It's not good. And my brother has said that you said as Odera, I'm talking about Tabora, you mentioned the area of strikes, the money issued out, they use it for other things.
Oh, yes.
It's because there is total corruption in Nigeria. Nigeria is corrupted because when you give somebody money to do something, you have to checkmate that very person, make sure you monitor him, and know that at the end of the day, that money is being used properly for what it is meant for. But it is not being done here. Because both the people that issue the money and the people that receive the money, they are all corrupt. You can't tell me that this is all because of corruption. All right, before we go ahead, I would like us to hear from our sister Nwada Chukuneye on her own reasons why we are experiencing outdated teaching methods, teaching skills, and at the same time, inconducive learning environments, according to her. Nwada Chukuneye, what do you have to say?
Thank you once again for giving me this privilege. You say in terms of inconducive learning environment, you see a classroom whereby it's built for 30 students in a class, but you come down to Nigeria here, these classes are being used by more than 300 students.
Wow.
Like honestly, I have experienced that. I'm saying this out of experience. You see 300 and something students in the class. Everywhere will be crowded, congested. No fan, nothing.
And some will be standing.
Some will be standing, some will be sitting, while some will make use of the blocks. These things are unfair. We're talking about the human brain. You have to stay in a very conducive place, whereby whenever you are learning, when there is ventilation, there will be an accurate learning system everywhere. The atmosphere will be okay. So Nigeria's system has failed woefully in this. So in terms of lack of teaching skills, oh my God, it is nonsense. You see a place whereby, like secondary school and primary schools, you see somebody that graduated, that just wrote WAEC, common SSC results, will be teaching a primary school student, because the government don't want to bring out enumeration, don't want to pay the teachers that are available, so that they can still have the zeal to teach the student. So these places, the secondary school graduates are employed to teach the primary school, of which they don't have any skill about teaching. They don't have the profession. These are not the things they study. In Nigeria again, when we go to school, we study mass comm, we study this, but when we come out to the labor market, the government won't offer us what we've been studied in the school. You see a situation where somebody that learned engineering will come out, he will turn to be a marketer. Some are wheelbarrow pushers. So these things, the places I'm emphasizing most is the whereby a secondary school student that just wrote to WAEC will be teaching a primary school student. Where when he went to, it's just with an ordinary SSC result, you are teaching a primary school student. There are skills in which you bring out when learning. Even though if a baby wants to sleep in a class, there are skills you use so that students will not be dull in your classes.
As a teacher, you have to pass through the skills of
Yes.
teaching. You have to go through the learning
Exactly.
of a teacher before you become a teacher, and
Yes.
not just after secondary
From the
school,
you
just jump in
and become a
become
teacher. So these things is very poor. It has bring the education system in Nigeria back home. And this is the most reason why we need Biafra, because when Biafra comes, the standard of education will, as in the standard of education will be great and powerful.
Exactly, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Do you know the reason why I say that? Because this, it will be fine, everything will be normal. If you vote for me, I will do this, I will do that. For how many years?
They will use us as a political agenda.
For how many years?
You'll be hearing it.
We are no longer morons, we are not stupid people. This is why we are saying we want Biafra. Biafra is the only solution for us, we Biafrans. For us to have a very wonderful education, an education that will be superb, an education that the world will jealous. This is why we are saying that. Because I have a friend who has been in the north. When he came to me, when I asked him some questions about the education standard, he said in the north, there are vast land. If you come to the schools, the classroom, at times you come into a classroom, you see 5 people in a classroom.
I am a living witness to that.
Because there are many schools, there are many rooms for teaching. Very conducive environment, even at that. Adequate laboratory, even though they are dumps, full of dumb people there.
Honestly.
Yes, at the end of the day, we will still outbeat them in education standard and scores. All these things.
You can't compare us with them
you
because you can't compare us with them.
Okay.
Though we are congested in a class, but yet we still have to try, and because we know we are in a field of struggle.
How much more when all these things are being corrected?
Yeah, exactly.
When we have a very wonderful, conducive classrooms, environments, and
even laboratories.
the teachers we are well-equipped teachers, teachers that pass through teaching, and they are well paid, no strikes, all this nonsense. When all these things are being checked, it's not happening in Biafra land.
At times I come to ask myself a question.
Okay.
Why is it that our political fathers, though they have the money, but when they are sick, they just rush to London for medical checkup? So they know that what they live here is
total mess.
The doctors that studied here, they are not doctors.
They will be there.
They just pass through schools.
The school didn't pass through them.
But the school didn't pass through them. That's why.
It is very laughable.
You want to, if you are qualified for as a doctor now.
Buhari is an example of that, you know.
If you are qualified as a doctor, all this little sickness, that's cancer, this and that. You must have passed through that as a doctor. You must have passed through. So you're supposed to, at least, if you have cancer, you have to, that's a pharmacist, have to bring this thing.
Even go as far as creating and manufacturing our own drugs.
Honestly.
How many drugs do we manufacture in Nigeria? How many drugs? We don't. We only import them. Even the ones we manufacture, they won't use them.
We are Nigeria. They even import toothpick. Talk more of it. Just a stick.
Because they don't trust the students that they brought up.
Imagine.
They don't trust them. The doctors that they raised, the lawyers that they raised, the engineers that they raised, the pharmacists that they raised, they don't trust them because they didn't teach them well.
Yeah, the truth is that you can't give what you don't have.
And this has been happening for a very long time
100 years
in Nigeria. For more than 100 years now, we have been suffering from this total mess. And that is why the students in Biafra land, we are saying that we want Biafra.
That
Biafra
is the
only solution, the only hope to this very mess. If we still give them 20 years to come, this thing will be repeating itself again.
Exactly.
On and on and on, because these people, they are greedy. And I say, they do say it if I should speak in my dialect, Igbo language, they say, come on, they will not stop.
Since they are eating,
they will keep eating the money. They will keep duping us. They will keep cheating us because they are already cheats.
The rich going richer.
That is it.
Every day.
So, viewers, I thank you very much for staying with us in this very wonderful program. we treated educational standard in the zoo, and during the educational standard, the students in the studio here with me, they made me to understand that one of the reasons for education standard is lack of infrastructure and material, which was narrated by Odera, and then incessant strike caused by the government, also by Odera. Our sister said something about outdated teaching method and teaching skills. Being the person of Mwada Chineye, she also made us to understand that we have inconducive learning environments. She also mentioned marginalization, because if you go to the west and to the north, you will see that all these things, they are not happening there. But come to Biafra land, we are experiencing it to the utmost zenith. We are in the heat of this very nonsense. Our brother Chimazu, he said something about inadequate laboratory equipment, and he also said poor teaching facilities. There are no computers, no machines for practicals, no room to give the students adequate teaching. They only pass through the oral part of it, right?
Yeah, the
theoretical part of it,
practical.
but when you come to the practical, there it is zero. Okay. These are the things that we are experiencing in the zoo. These are the things that is happening to us in Nigeria. And that is why the students, Biafran students in Nigeria, they are saying Biafra is the only hope. The world should listen to us. The world should come to our rescue. We need a referendum. We want to secede out from Nigeria because we are not Nigerians.
Yes.
We are suffering here in Imo, Biafra land. We are suffering here in Enugu, Biafra land. We are suffering here in Iguacha, Biafra land. In whole Biafra land, Bayelsa, Cross River, coming to Ahaba, which is Asaba. Okay. We are suffering. The Gala people, we are suffering. The Banke people, we are suffering. The Doma people, we are suffering. The entire Biafran people, no particular community in the Biafran land is not suffering. We are suffering equally. We are being maltreated by the Nigerian government, and we are saying that we are tired of it. Please come to our rescue. Thank you very much for staying with us. And before we go back and end this very program, we would like our brother Odera Chukwu to address us once more before we go. Odera, what do you have to say to the world?
What I'm saying to the world, especially Biafrans, I mean hardcore Biafrans, to remain ever tenacious. That this struggle, we must win it. According to our director, he said they will do all sorts of manner of injustice to us, but at the end, we will win. So this is what we are still waiting for at that end, that Biafra must come. So remain ever tenacious.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My brother Maze Chimazu, what do you have to say to the world?
I will say to the world, thank you for listening to us. And I'm going to add, wherever you are a Biafran student, home or abroad, come out and support this struggle, so at the end, we'll have our freedom. Biafra is our hope. Biafra is our destiny, and our destiny is our destination. Our destination is Biafra. Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, let's hear from our sister Mwada. The last but not the least. Mwada Chukune, what do you have to say to the world?
What I have to say, if I'm given the opportunity, I have a lot to say. But I want to ask the world to come to our rescue and grant us Biafra, which is our holy hope, our last hope. Because if you see, the Nigerian education has killed many careers.
Exactly.
It has killed, you come to Aba, you see where Biafrans are constructing different equipment, like aeroplane,
without even passing
without
through
going
education.
to school. There was a one I saw, a primary 6-year-old boy constructed a duplex. You can imagine, aeroplanes, different type of things. So this government has killed our career woefully, and we are saying no to this. We want to put an end to this holy marriage, to this contraption. All we want is Biafra. My advice to all Biafrans is to remain resolute. Do not be afraid. We are already here. Biafra has come to stay. It is Biafra or death. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mwada Chukune. You've said it all. And
to
me, I am trying to make us understand that what they said is final. And that is where we stand as Biafrans. There is nothing like restructuring in Nigeria.
Exactly.
Because we've given them enough time to restructure. But instead of restructuring, we'll end up dying.
Every 4 years, they will be telling us restructuring.
Repeating the manifesto, repeating the
They will
manifesto.
be killing us, and we
Federal
are tired.
quota system.
We are tired of dying. We are tired of dying. We cannot continue dying. Now we are talking of Biafra. And so when we are now dying because of Biafra, I think it is better than
because we
to
are
die,
in our land.
to die
In the
in
foreign
the name
land.
of restructuring. So
Exactly.
now let us die for Biafra. And we will continue to die until Biafra comes, if that is what it takes.
Yes.
Because Biafra is the thing that will help our next generation to live a better life. So
We have
as-
no future in Nigeria at all.
Exactly, we have
There
no
is
future. So we are saying to all the Biafrans in Biafra land, all the Biafrans in the diaspora, to still agitate for Biafra. Right now, the issue on board now is referendum, and we must campaign to the last man on this particular referendum. We want Biafra. Let all of us, we should come out and then say Biafra or nothing else. And when we do that, I believe that the world will listen, whether they like
have
it
no option.
or not.
They have no
They
option.
will listen, even if they are deaf. They will see us raising our hands, shouting, and they will ask what is happening. But if we stay in and start looking and calling for God to come down,
Nobody
and
will listen
nobody
to
will
us.
come.
It
God
is the
helps people that
oppressed
help
that
themselves.
will
So
ask for what
let's move out
justice.
so that God, Chukwu Okeabiama, will now back us. Okay, next time we'll be coming back to the studio on another topic, but still on Biafran students. And I hope that you will also enjoy the program with us. Till we come back, I still remain your brother, Mazi Ikenwaja. Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
Obodo udo na-achọ pụrụ ịdada ma ọlie na-azanụ obodo udo na-achị apụghị ịdada ma ọlie obodo Biafra bụrụgo maka udo na-achị anyị o obodo Biafra bụrụgo n'obodo udo na-achị eze